Hi everybody, welcome back. So it's been a little teeny tiny minute since I uploaded a video, and honestly I just needed a moment with the planetary energies that were going on for the last several weeks. It has been very intense and I just kind of needed to step back a little bit and keep myself grounded. And so thank you to those of you who have been patient with me. Thank you to those of you who have been understanding. I do have a couple of quick announcements before we jump into today's video. So first and foremost, I am formally announcing right now that monthly videos are going to be no longer, at least for the time being. What I started to see was that the engagement with the monthly videos was not very high. And honestly, you guys, it takes a lot of time and energy and effort to produce 12 videos for you guys, filming, editing, uploading. It's a very long process. And so because the engagement hasn't really been there with those videos, I'm going to put them to the side for now and kind of focus on the weekly energetic check-ins. I feel like there's maybe a bit more that you guys can get from weekly uploads of just the general energies going on throughout the week. So that's what I'm going to be prioritizing right now, and we'll see how that goes. I am open to bringing monthlies back at some later future point, but for right now, I'm not going to be filming the monthly videos. I will be sticking to the weekly energetic check-ins and filming other videos in between. I feel like you guys more so are engaged with like my educational videos and like my videos where I'm just like ranting. And so I feel like I'm ranting at least, but that's what I'm going to kind of prioritize, and we'll see how that takes off. So if anyone is interested in scheduling a reading, my books are open. I realized that I don't really announce that like on my YouTube channel, so maybe I should start. I don't know. Yes, so if you're interested in scheduling a reading, connect to the email in the description box below and reach out to me, and we will correspond from there about getting you scheduled. And so in the weekly energetic check-ins, the first part of the video is going to be dedicated to astrological information that is beneficial, key astrological transits and things that need to be kind of looked out for. The second part of the weekly energetic check-in will be dedicated to general channeled intuitive messages that I will be either pulling from tarot or oracle cards. And then I've decided to create a third part of the weekly energetic check-in that will be dedicated to any key herbs or beneficial workings that you could utilize or benefit from throughout the week. So a 3-part series that I thought would give you guys just a bit more to kind of, you know, it's a little more interactive. And so I'm excited to dive into April and see what we get. So of course I already have my notes here, but first of course let's go through the astrological transits, the key things that we can expect astrologically this week. So this is for the week of March 28th through April 3rd. As I was kind of looking at everything as a whole, feeling into the energies for this week, I do get the sense that it is optimal time to be cognizant and thinking of any sort of emotional spring cleaning that you need to do this week. Obviously, some of us are still feeling the residual kind of turbulent energies from previous weeks with the astrological transits that took place then. And so I don't doubt that some of that energy could still be clinging to some of us, could still be kind of lingering around. So with that being said, you guys, there are going to be a lot of major conjunctions this week. And what a conjunction is, if you don't know, is it is when two planets are within 10 degrees of each other. So lots of major conjunctions this week, which means intense energy, but it doesn't feel like the energy that we are currently leaving behind and working our way out of. It feels like more of a productive energy, more of a energy of release. So this is going to be optimal time to really start making strides and leaps in terms of recuperating, in terms of just kind of cleaning house. However, conjunctions are also known to be very intense and bring a lot of things to the surface. And so throughout that previous energy that we just were exposed to astrologically, there may have been a lot of things that you were confused about or unsure about. Some things may have been cloudy or very unclear. Conjunctions this week are going to help give us much more clarity and much more stability in terms of moving forward. So again, this is an opportunity to just kind of assess, now that we're out of the haze. If you are someone who was particularly affected by astrological energies in the last few weeks, now is the time to reestablish your center. Now is the time to refocus, gain your clarity, gain your stability, and set your sights on what you want to get ahead of this week. So the thing about conjunctions is that because the energy is so intense, it's going to be impossible this week to wear any sort of rose-colored sunglasses. It's going to be impossible to be in a state of denial, because these conjunctions are going to, again, be bringing things that were previously confusing, previously feeling stuck and stagnant, bringing them to the surface and bringing them to light. And so this is not the week to continue to be in any sort of denial about any of the drama or toxicity around you. Rather, use these conjunctions to your benefit to identify what the drama and toxicity are, pluck them out and remove them, reestablish yourself and move forward. So yesterday, which was Monday, the moon has joined forces with Mars, Venus, and Saturn. So this is a helpful energy because it's allowing us to feel more confident in ourselves. It's allowing us to feel more grounded. Mars is all about action. It's all about exertion, moving forward, progression. Mars is all about getting things done. Venus obviously is finances. It can also be romance, love. Probably first and foremost this week, Venus is offering us a chance to soften. Venus is offering us the opportunity to really rest and come back into a place of enjoyment, come back into a place of stillness. Saturn is there fortifying everything that we are building into this week. Saturn is offering its protection from any of the things that were concerning us before, also offering us wisdom and guidance, discernment in terms of moving forward this week. Saturn is also here to ensure that your good graces are not being wasted on those who are undeserving. And honestly, this is not just focused around people, but it's also based around opportunities. It's also based around any scenario or situation that is not for our highest and greatest good. So around the middle of the week this week, you guys, you can expect for balance to be restored between the mind and the soul. And this is coming from the moon also conjuncting itself with Jupiter, Neptune, and Mercury. So an opportunity to reset and come a bit more into balance, find a little more peace and calm, and really set yourself up in the most optimal way to achieve what you need to achieve, honestly, for the remainder of the year. And I say that because we are also moving into an Aries new moon, which is on Friday. And this is going to obviously it's going to give us that final push that we need to really initiate and feel confident. Make sure that you're setting your intentions this week. Make sure that you are fine-tuning them. Make sure that you are taking advantage of every opportunity to get ahead this week. And as long as you are doing that, you will be golden. All right, you guys, now I am going to be pulling a few messages from my Lubanco Tarot, and we are going to see what is present collectively. All right, first card out, we have the Lovers, Knight of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Lots having to do here with emotion and action. Very center of those 5 cards is the Eight of Wands. So this is definitely an energy of action, you guys. And with Ace of Cups being next to it, it is action that is guided by your heart space. So really tapping in and tuning in this week to what do you want to do? What do you want this week to look like for you? What do you want to see manifested in your life from this Aries new moon? If you're planning to set any intentions, if you're planning to participate in the new moon on Friday through some sort of ritual, what do you want? Really take the time right now to think about that. You also have Eight of Cups here, which is an energy of needing to walk away from something emotionally. It is an emotional drain on you, and so there is a calling or a need to, again, kind of assess and let go of some things so that you can move forward. So this week is definitely, it's giving the energy of a give and take. So the universe is willing to give you something in exchange for what you're willing to let go of. And I get the sense that this fire energy that we're in right now in Aries season is really, especially with it being in the sign of Aries, Aries is all about being the initiator. Aries is about, blazing the trail, blazing the path. And so there is a bravery that needs to be embodied this week. In order to embody bravery, one has to be honest. And so take your time this week in terms of resituating yourself, recalibrating your energy. Don't be so relaxed that you slip into laziness, but have a sense of ease this week. Especially with what I said earlier of the moon being coupled with Mars, Venus, and Saturn this week. You want to be taking action, but you don't just want to be taking action blindly. You want to be leading from a heart space. You want to be finding pockets of ease wherever you can. So prioritize that this week, and you will come out after this Aries new moon feeling very much on top. Okay, so my first herbal recommendation for this week is technically not an herb. It is a resin, but dragon's blood. I feel that with the energies that we've just experienced that were very jarring and very turbulent and tumultuous for a lot of people, there is a need to deeply cleanse. And dragon's blood is one of many great tools that you could use for that. So dragon's blood is an aggressive cleanser. It's very powerful and potent in terms of moving energy out of your space. And not only is it great for cleansing and protective work, but dragon's blood is also known to spiritually and energetically amplify whatever working you are pairing it with. I recommend that it be used for cleansing, especially around the home, or cleansing yourself of whatever energies you were experiencing from previous astrological transits, or just whatever. With this new moon, you want to cleanse the slate and bring in new energy. And so it's always good to do a thorough cleanse before that. So obviously when you're working with dragon's blood, you will be working with the element of fire. Second herb recommended this week is angelica root. So angelica is very healing. It is also considered to be a protective herb. And some of us, with what is surfacing or what has surfaced in recent weeks, we need that opportunity to recuperate and heal. We need that opportunity to restabilize, rebalance ourselves. And Angelica is a very powerful herb in its own right, very healing, but also very protective. It provides a general overall sense of peace. So Angelica is associated with the element of fire. This herb recommendation is Balm of Gilead. So Balm of Gilead is an amazing herb to work with if you are looking for something to aid you in manifestations. So again, working with this Aries new moon, I know a lot of people like to do ritual work on the new moon to invite new energies and opportunities in. Pair your working with Balm of Gilead and let me know what your experience is in working with it. This herb is associated with the water element, which I know some people will maybe say, why would I use an herb associated with water for a new moon in a fire sign? Well, you always want to balance those energies, and sometimes pairing a specific element with another that seems contradictory will surprise you and give it a boost or help that working to be more well-rounded. Fourth and final herb recommendation this week is lavender. So everyone is pretty much familiar with lavender. It's amazing. Not only does it smell amazing, but obviously this is another herb that is great to use in terms of establishing peace and happiness. Again, this is something that you can use within the home after you have maybe cleansed with the dragon's blood and moved the stagnant or old energy out. It's always good to go in with a nice, comforting, calming herb such as lavender. Go take that around the house and just kind of use it to bring that positivity and harmony into your space. So lavender is associated with the air element, and I'm interested to find out how you guys work with these herbs this week. Let me know in the comments down below how you guys are thinking of using these herbs. I'm interested to know what creative ideas you have. With that being said, you guys, that is it for the weekly energetic check-in. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will definitely see you in my next video. So stay tuned for that. Take care.